1, 3, 2, 1.
But you don't sell small watches.
All right, so I want to welcome you to iLearn Review Live, and today I want to tell you something that just came out. I want to tell you about something that came out earlier today, and it is the Samsung Galaxy S8, which is a brand new phone. Now, I think where this is interesting, I always look at the Samsung phones because here's what happens. The iPhones influence the Samsung phones, and the Samsung phones influence the iPhones, and it's all the same. I will tell you, at the end of last year, at this time last year, the best camera you could get on a smartphone was on this guy right here. This is the Samsung Galaxy S7. It was better than the iPhone's camera or anything like that because here's the dirty secret. Even though the cameras look very similar in these two phones, believe it or not, they're both made by Sony. Both these cameras are made by Sony, and the biggest thing with smartphone cameras is you'll notice that they're small, so low light is an important thing. So this had great low light video. If you saw the Google Photos class the other day, I don't know if many of you saw it, I'm going to do it in the next C-Day. If you saw the Google Photos class the other day, I showed a video of the stage on the ship, and what was cool is I took that with my Samsung phone and it got it with very low lighting. The main stage in the Eclipse Theater was actually on the Reflection Theater, but it got it with very low lighting where my iPhone couldn't. So what happens is the newest camera sensors are going to be the Samsung phone. So what's likely going to happen is this new Samsung phone I'm going to show you is going to have a better camera sensor than the current iPhone will until Sony makes the new sensors which go into the next iPhone. Does that make sense? But I want to show you a little bit about this phone because I think it's a little bit telling of where the future of these phones are going to go. Now, as I said, I'm not going to use the volume or anything, but this is a bit on the new phone. Now, what you'll notice that it lacks is there is no home button. That is fully screen. So it's fully screen. So it's screen from there all the way up to there. The only reason that the cutout at the top is for a camera, which we'll talk about in a minute. There's no home button. They've actually taken the home button and they've put it underneath the screen. So the home button's under the screen, and when you press, it actually works as a button. And what they've done is they've put the fingerprint sensor. You know, on the iPhone, you have the fingerprint sensor on the front, and even on the Samsung phone here, you have the fingerprint sensor on the front. They took the fingerprint sensor and they put it on the back by the camera. Which for me, I brought my, this is about the same size, I brought my Android phone because what you're going to notice is, okay, if you got to go put it like that, number one, it's really weird for left-handed people. You use it left-handed. And what are you going to do every time you do it? You see the camera lens there?
Smudging it.
You're going to smudge the camera lens, so the picture's going to look a lot worse. And I was thinking, okay, this is bad because this is not going to be good for this phone. But then they actually came up with quite an interesting solution, which I already have on this phone. This is my Windows phone. This has been out for a year and a half, but the weird thing is, you say, what's going to replace fingerprint? What's going to replace fingerprint is going to be Retina. So they have Retina, and if you were to take a look at my phone real quick, you couldn't do anything. It won't do anything for you, but if I look at my phone, okay, Richard.
It knows it's you.
And it knows it's me. So it's actually using my Retina to figure out what's going on there. The other thing that's weird that I want to talk about, this has been on all the Samsung phones. So you see, this is the facial recognition.
Oh my God.
So you have facial recognition, you have retina recognition, but you see how quick it is? It's actually quicker than even putting your finger down.
Yeah.
The other thing that's very interesting is the phone is entirely glass. So the entirety of the phone is glass. Now, why is that? If you look at my Samsung phone, and you look at this phone right here, both of these can use wireless charging. So you can put them on wireless charging pads. You cannot wirelessly charge through metal. You can only charge through glass or plastic because the inductiveness doesn't work on metal. So I think it's an interesting thing. What it is I said again, they've gotten rid of the home button and you're covering the entire screen right there. So you have the whole screen is a screen. And it kind of wraps around the edge, similar to this one. It's waterproof, just like the iPhone. And amusingly, it actually still has a headphone jack. Unlike the iPhone. And what I thought was, but here's where things start to get a little interesting. I'm going to tell you about this. I'm going to show you about this a bit later on the cruise. But it has something called Bixby. And what that is we know Siri. Now, do you know that Apple didn't create Siri? I don't know if you know that. Apple didn't create Siri. They bought a company that made Siri, and they bought it and they integrated it into their phones. So what happened is, okay, so Apple bought the company that made Siri, and they made a contract saying the guys who worked for Siri had to work for Apple for 2 years. Then they left and they made something called Vivi. And Vivi was bought by Samsung and recalled Bixby. The major difference, though, between Siri and Vivi is when you open up the, between Siri and Bixby, is when you open up the camera, like the Amazon thing I showed you the other day, you can take a picture of something and it will figure out what it is based on the picture. Just to give you a little concept there. So it's really quite cool. The personal thing is, due to the placement of the fingerprint sensor, and due to the fact that it doesn't come out until, if it came out by April 10th, I would probably buy one, to be completely honest, because I don't like to judge phones until I use one. It comes out April 24th. We're going to be in the middle of the ocean on a transatlantic on April 24th, so
Order one from Southampton.
I might. Don't get me going there. I might, but they're quite interesting. There's a, and you'll notice how they've kind of copied Apple. There's a regular one and there's a Plus. There's a regular one and there's a Plus, and the Plus has a bigger battery, but same thing as the regular one, and they come standard. This is the bad thing about it. They come standard with 64 gigs of storage in the same price that like a 32 gig iPhone would be in. You can increase the storage with a memory card, but on Android you can only put certain things inside of the memory card. You can't put apps, you can't put burst pictures, you can't put panoramas. It's very restrictive as to what you can put on the memory card. So it's very, very different. But here's the thing I want you to know about this. They found a way to put a button under the screen. They've got the fact that they've got the iris recognition working right now. Here's the thing to understand. Both of those pieces of tech were not invented by Samsung. They were put into a Samsung phone. They're available for purchase, what I mean by third-party companies. The fingerprint thing on the iPhone, Apple didn't invent that. A lot of people don't know that. They bought an Israeli company called Authentech. So Siri, which is something that you know, and the fingerprint, which is something you know, Apple didn't invent either of them. They bought companies that did it. So Samsung's not going out and buying the companies that do it, but I mean, it's interesting because you can see what's possible in a phone now that you actually have a button under there. It's waterproof. It has a headphone jack. Trust me, the headphone jack's not coming back on the next iPhone. But just to give you an idea, that came out today. I won't give any recommendations either way until I use one myself. So that's why people always go, I can thoroughly tell you that this is a great phone, the Samsung Galaxy S7, if you want 4.5 hours of battery life. Yeah, fantastic. But if you want any more battery life,
Why are their batteries so much better than the Apple batteries?
that was a joke. 4.5 hours is terrible battery life.
Oh, is it really?
4.5 hours is terrible battery life. To answer that question, then we'll move on. Why the battery is so much better? What you've got to understand, this iPhone is fully made by Apple, running Apple software, everything integrated in a single supply chain. This is made by Google, supported by Best Buy, made by Samsung, running software by Google, supported by Best Buy, with a layer on top by Verizon or EE or any of those like that. You've got 5 hands in the pot with this phone.
Right.
Google has their own phone now called the Pixel, which doesn't have all of that, which is a direct iPhone competitor. But this is going to follow the way as the normal Samsungs. It's a high-end Samsung phone. But understand that only 10% of the phones Samsung sells are high-end Samsung phones. 90% of what they sell are low-end Samsung phones, and 50% of their profits come from 10% of the phones they sell. Just to give you an idea. Most of the phones are sold at a loss. The battery is worse in it, honestly, because they tried to put a bigger battery in the Note 7, and guess what happened?
Fire.
It caught fire. So that's the difference there. That's just a little tiny taste of what came out today with the Samsung Galaxy S8. Bye!
We live our lives through our phones. They're now our screens of choice to enjoy everything from TV shows to mind-blowing games. But smartphones still look the same as they did a decade ago. Buttons, bezels, and frames that all get in our way. Until now. Unbox your phone. Samsung Galaxy S8. The new Infinity display gives you an incredible full-screen experience, yet fits comfortably in your hand. We created it by reorganizing the phone's interior, making components smaller without sacrificing performance, and embedding the home button under the screen. We created the beautifully curved edge display and also erased the bezels to give you more space for the things that matter, creating a level of immersion you see and feel. Even games and movies are completely different with the Infinity Display's cinematic full-screen experience. and a bigger screen gives you the room to multitask seamlessly. The Galaxy S8 also presents a whole new way to interact with your phone, like Bixby.
Bixby, capture the screen and text it to Jane.
Bixby gets smarter and more intuitive with every use. And if you find something you like, Bixby analyzes it and provides information without having to type a single word. Bixby evolves as it learns your routine, so you'll have the right content just when you need it. Bixby also gives you information on what you're looking at and will recommend places to go. We constantly push ourselves to give you technology that makes your life easier. The ability to unlock your phone with one finger or even with your face, and secure your most important files with your eyes. Samsung DeX provides you a PC-like experience right from your phone. The camera is even better. It always focuses on your face, so you get perfect selfies every time. It also takes sharp, beautiful pictures in low light, and now it's even easier to zoom in. And of course, the Galaxy S8 is still water resistant, so water doesn't get in the way of your day. The new Galaxy S8 connects you to a new world of experiences. The new Gear VR has a motion-sensing wireless controller that makes navigating your virtual world simpler and more intuitive. And paired with the new Gear 360, the Galaxy S8 lets you live broadcast in 360, so you can share your most memorable moments in real time. The Galaxy S8 will take you beyond the limits of any phone you've ever known before. Unbox your phone. Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus.